Why do some people seem to thrive in every area of life, while others barely manage to get by? It's not just about natural ability. Far from it. True excellence is built on a combination of mindset, strategic thinking, discipline, and relentless curiosity. Today, we're diving into the ancient wisdom of Stoicism and how it can lead to a transformational way of living, one that fosters both achievement and deep personal fulfillment. The Stoics believe that greatness isn't about what happens to us, but how we choose to respond. In this video, I'll show you how to apply these principles to elevate every aspect of your life. If you enjoy content that challenges your perspective and inspires growth, consider subscribing. It's a free and easy way to support us. Now, let's begin our journey toward the extraordinary. Have you ever wondered why some people handle challenges effortlessly, as if setbacks barely faze them? Their secret isn't luck or talent. It's a way of thinking. The mastery mindset isn't about perfection. It's about seeing every challenge as an opportunity to learn and improve. The Stoics had a saying, "The obstacle in the way becomes the way." Instead of viewing difficulties as barriers, they saw them as stepping stones toward growth. Imagine a roadblock not as a stop sign, but as a new route filled with possibilities. Carl Jung, one of the most influential psychologists, once said, "Until you make the unconscious conscious, it will direct your life and you will call it fate." In other words, self-awareness is key to mastery. By recognizing our thought patterns and emotional triggers, we can actively shape how we respond to the world. To develop this mindset, start each morning with a simple reflection. What am I focusing on today? Shift your attention from fear of failure to intentional action. The Stoics taught that we should only focus on what we can control and release what we cannot. This mental shift is a foundation of a life driven by purpose rather than reaction. Pursuing mastery means striving for growth, not just success. It's about seeking knowledge not for its own sake, but to apply it meaningfully. As Marcus Aurelius put it, the soul becomes dyed with the color of its thoughts. So, fill your mind with resilience, wisdom, and determination. Isn't it strange that we spend years in school, but are rarely taught how to learn? The key to mastering any skill isn't just working harder. It's working smarter. To learn efficiently, we must first understand how we learn. Carl Jung once observed, "Who looks outside dreams. Who looks inside awakes." This highlights the importance of introspection. Knowing whether you learn best through visuals, hands-on practice, or structured reading can make all the difference. One powerful learning method is the Feynman technique, breaking down complex ideas and explaining them in the simplest terms, as if teaching a child. This forces you to grasp the concept deeply. If you can't explain it simply, you don't truly understand it. The Stoics emphasize clarity and control, which are essential for learning. When studying something new, ask yourself, what is the core lesson here? Focus on the essentials and strip away the unnecessary. This makes learning more efficient and prevents information overload. Another effective technique is active recall. Instead of passively reviewing notes, test yourself regularly. Use flashcards, take quizzes, or explain concepts to others. As Seneca wisely said, "While we teach, we learn." Engaging with material this way doesn't just help you memorize, it makes knowledge stick. Have you ever been so absorbed in a task that time seemed to disappear? That state of total immersion, known as deep work, isn't just productive, it's deeply fulfilling. Carl Jung famously noted, "Your visions will become clear only when you look into your own heart." This speaks to the power of focus. When you truly concentrate, you're not just getting things done, you're unlocking the full potential of your mind. But in today's world, distractions are everywhere. Social media, notifications, endless emails, they all compete for your attention. The Stoics believe in controlling their environment to control their thoughts. Marcus Aurelius advised creating a mental fortress against distractions. In practice, this could mean turning off your phone, using website blockers, or setting designated focus hours. One of the most effective techniques for deep work is time blocking, dedicating specific periods to focus work with zero interruptions. This aligns with the Stoic principle of being fully present in the moment. As Epictetus put it, "Do not be distracted by the noise of the world." Mastering deep work isn't just about working harder. It's about training your mind to focus, think clearly, and unlock creativity at the highest level. The difference between mediocrity and excellence isn't talent. It's how we approach life. By adopting a mastery mindset, learning more effectively, and cultivating deep focus, you can achieve extraordinary things. If this resonated with you, consider subscribing for more insights on personal growth and high performance. Now, take what you've learned and start applying it. Because the path to greatness begins with action. Keep your attention locked onto what you're doing. If you want to truly elevate your ability to concentrate deeply, try incorporating some pre-work habits. Maybe that means a few moments of quiet reflection, a brief walk, or sipping your coffee in peace. Whatever routine you choose, let it serve as a cue for your mind that it's time to engage fully. The ritual itself isn't just about the action. It's about mentally preparing yourself to focus intensely. Deep work isn't a sprint. It's more like a long-distance run. It takes practice and persistence. Start with an hour a day, then gradually extend your sessions as your mental stamina improves. Over time, you'll notice not just an increase in how long you can concentrate, but also in the depth and quality of the work you accomplish. Ever walked into a room and completely forgotten why? Or met someone new only to have their name slip your mind seconds later? It's frustrating, but the good news is that there are ways to sharpen your memory and make information stick. Carl Jung once made a distinction between two types of thinking: structured, logical thought, which he called intellect, and free-flowing subconscious thought, which he termed intuition. To truly enhance memory, you need both, actively organizing knowledge while allowing your intuition to make connections between ideas. Imagine building a mental network where facts aren't just stored but meaningfully linked. One powerful technique for this is the memory palace. Picture placing pieces of information in familiar locations, your home, for example, where each room holds a different concept. By mentally walking through your home, you retrieve information in a way that leverages spatial memory, making it easier to recall. The Stoics were firm believers in repetition and regular review to solidify knowledge. Marcus Aurelius, for instance, wrote constantly in his journals to reinforce key principles. You can apply the same strategy by reviewing your notes weekly or summarizing what you've learned daily. This isn't just mindless repetition. It's a way to engage a material repeatedly, strengthening neural connections in the process. Another trick: turn information into stories. Our brains naturally gravitate toward narratives, making it far easier to remember facts when they're woven into a compelling tale. Adding characters, challenges, and resolutions to otherwise dry information makes learning both enjoyable and long-lasting. Finally, don't underestimate the power of teaching. The philosopher Seneca once said, "When we teach, we learn." Explaining a concept to someone else forces you to structure your thoughts clearly and identify any weak spots in your own understanding. You probably heard someone say, "Just think critically," as if it's a simple switch to flip. But true critical thinking is an art. It's about digging beneath the surface, challenging assumptions, and refusing to accept things at face value. Carl Jung spoke of integrating the unconscious, saying, "One does not become enlightened by imagining figures of light, but by making the darkness conscious." In other words, real understanding comes not just from acknowledging what's obvious, but also from exploring the hidden or uncomfortable aspects of a topic. When you critically analyze an idea, it's like turning on a light in a dimly lit room. Suddenly, what was once unclear becomes visible. The Stoics were also masters of critical thinking. They encouraged questioning perceptions and resisting impulsive reactions. Marcus Aurelius, for example, often reflected on his own judgments, making sure he wasn't being misled by appearances. So, when faced with a challenge, pause and analyze it like a Stoic. Ask yourself, is this something within my control? What are the actual facts? Am I letting bias cloud my judgment? One simple yet effective habit is to demand evidence. If someone makes a claim, ask for the source. When reading an article, check who wrote it and why. This isn't about being skeptical of everything, but about being selective in what you believe. Think of it as installing a mental filter that separates fact from fiction. Another way to sharpen your reasoning is to play devil's advocate, argue against your own beliefs. Doing so strengthens your ability to see different perspectives, exposing weak points in your logic and ultimately making your arguments more robust. It's like a mental workout. Examining ideas from multiple angles builds intellectual strength. Every choice you make is like adjusting the sails of your life's journey. The direction you take isn't just about picking the perfect path. It's about navigating with confidence, even when conditions are uncertain. So how do you make strong decisions when faced with high stakes and too many options? Carl Jung once said, "I am not what happened to me. I am what I choose to become." This mindset is crucial when making decisions. It shifts your focus from reacting to circumstances to proactively shaping your own destiny. The choices you make define the direction of your life, so approach them with intention rather than impulse. The Stoics offer a powerful decision-making framework. They emphasize clarity of thought, resilience and uncertainty, and distinguishing between what's in your control and what isn't. By applying these principles, you can make decisions that align with your long-term goals rather than being swayed by short-term emotions. One of the most effective ways to simplify choices is to separate what we influence from what we can't. Before making any decision, ask yourself, is this within my power to change? If the answer is yes, then you can take action. If not, your focus should shift to how you respond, because your attitude and reaction are always within your grasp. This mindset filters out distractions and allows for clearer decision-making. A practical method for making choices is using a comparative evaluation system. This involves assessing different possibilities based on key factors that matter to you. Imagine you're choosing between two job offers. You might consider elements like salary, location, career progression, and work-life balance. Assigning values to these factors helps create a structured comparison, making the best option more evident. Additionally, intuition plays a crucial role. Psychologist Carl Jung emphasized blending instinct with logic, believing that our subconscious often picks up on details that the conscious mind overlooks. If you're caught between two options, take a step back and listen to your inner voice. Often, intuition is a result of accumulated experience and subtle cues that aren't immediately obvious. Improving decision making is a skill that sharpens with experience. Reflect on past choices, what worked, what didn't, and what lessons you gained. Keeping a decision log can reveal patterns in your thought process, allowing you to refine and improve your approach over time. Have you ever met someone who seems to navigate social situations effortlessly? They handle difficult conversations smoothly and always seem to say the right thing. This isn't luck. It's emotional intelligence. Mastering the skill enhances not only your relationships with others, but also your understanding of yourself. Carl Jung once said, "He who looks outside dreams, he who looks inside awakes." Self-awareness is the foundation of emotional intelligence. When you recognize and understand your emotions, you gain control of them instead of letting them dictate your reactions. The Stoics also emphasize emotional regulation, advocating for measured responses rather than impulsive reactions. Picture yourself in a heated discussion rather than responding immediately. Take a pause, assess your emotions, and choose a response aligned with your values. To develop emotional intelligence, start by practicing mindfulness. Regularly check in with yourself. What am I feeling right now and why? This isn't about labeling emotions as good or bad. It's about recognizing them so they don't control you. Empathy is another key component. Seeing a situation from another person's perspective strengthens relationships and fosters understanding. Simply asking, "How did that make you feel?" or "What's your perspective on this?" shows that you value their emotions and insights. Lastly, emotional regulation helps maintain balance. Whether it's deep breathing to ease anxiety or delaying a response until emotions settle, managing reactions thoughtfully leads to better outcomes. Strong emotional intelligence also enhances social interactions. Knowing when to speak, when to listen, and when to shift topics can transform conversations and relationships. Confidence isn't about always feeling invincible. It's about cultivating a steady belief in yourself. Some days, you might feel unstoppable, while on others, doubt creeps in. But what if you could develop a confidence that doesn't fluctuate wildly? Carl Jung once said, "The privilege of a lifetime is to become who you truly are." True confidence is rooted in self-awareness and self-acceptance. It's not about pretending to be someone else or inflating your ego. It's about recognizing both your strengths and limitations and embracing them fully. The Stoics reinforce this idea, teaching that confidence grows when you focus on what's within your control, your actions, mindset, and responses, rather than seeking validation from external factors. Anchor your self-assurance in what you do rather than what happens to you to build unwavering confidence. Start small, set achievable goals, and celebrate each accomplishment. Every success, no matter how minor, reinforces your ability to handle challenges. Another crucial aspect is self-compassion. Everyone makes mistakes. What matters is how you respond to them. Instead of harsh self-criticism, treat yourself with the same kindness you'd offer a close friend. This isn't about making excuses, but recognizing that growth comes from learning, not from demanding perfection. Additionally, confidence stems from competence. The more you refine your skills and expand your knowledge, the more assured you become. Whether it's practicing a craft, mastering a subject, or developing a new talent, the better you get at something, the more naturally confident you'll feel. Finally, the people around you influence your confidence. Surround yourself with those who support, encourage, and believe in you. A strong network of positive influences can reinforce your self-belief and inspire you to keep growing. By mastering decision-making, emotional intelligence, and self-confidence, you create a solid foundation for success in any area of life.